Hey, everybody. Welcome to the weekend edition for May 7th and May 8th, 2022. I'm your host, Tyler Sage at Ring of Tyler, and let's get right into the news. So, if you see by the headline, like most things related to Roman Reigns these days, we're going to start right there because that's the most important story. And at a house show um, this weekend, Roman Reigns, in Trenton, New Jersey, by the way, Roman Reigns got on the mic and said that he's entering a new phase of his career, his life, and he doesn't know if he'll be back to um, to Trenton. So, I think there's a lot of people reading in on this that he's just gonna go away, go do Hollywood, and be a full, like John Cena is right now, or The Rock was back when it happened. And my view on this is a little bit more like John Cena 6 years ago, 5 years ago, where I think Roman is saying that to the crowd in a house show in Trenton, New Jersey, unless WWE is going to do a SmackDown, a Raw, or a premium live event in Trenton, New Jersey in the future. He might not be on the road for house shows very often as he is entering that phase of working fewer dates, I should say. You can still work 60 dates working TV um, and premium live events. So that is what that signals to me more. And then, getting roles and expanding from there, but not just a flat out like I'm just going to drop the title and disappear from the company. I don't foresee that with these comments, but I think a lot of people are reading into that in that way, and I just don't think that is the case. So we will see. But obviously, big news and to be expected with I think the role that Roman has provided for WWE. If you're someone outside the business, I think it'd be hard to watch him on his performances weekly on television and not get the vibe that he could be a pretty good actor and fits a pretty good role within Hollywood. So all the best to him, and we'll see what happens. But also had an update from Big E himself on Twitter about his health situation. He announced that he is going to be wearing a brace or continue to wear the brace for 4 to 6 more weeks in hopes of avoiding a spinal fusion surgery. So very much hoping that that works out great for Big E. Anytime you can avoid back surgery, neck surgery, fusion surgery, it's always the right call. So hoping that that works for Big E, and as always, wishing him well. And just good to see him being positive all the time on social media. He's just an example of really a human being in general, but uh, somebody, especially in this business, to just be just an incredible human being and what he's dealing with, and not be more negative, which I think most of us, myself included, could be pretty negative in that situation. So commend Biggie for that, and again, hoping all the best for him. We had two names that announced themselves again on Twitter that they would be leaving Impact Wrestling. The first being Willie Mack. He announced that he declined a new contract offer from Impact Wrestling and said he's going to be doing his thing on the Indies, and then left his email if you want to book him if you're an independent promoter. So, um, interesting news there. He was in lots of places. I mean, NWA before it really took off, he was an integral role, and then he got signed to Impact soon after that. So, don't know if that is, don't know his relationship with them, but I think just working the Indies and building your name out there, I think Willie is a underutilized big guy in the sport and could solve or could fill a good role for any of the major companies. And then the second guy is Jonah, formerly uh, Bronson Reed in NXT. If you forgot about him, so Jonah announced that when his match with PCO aired, and he announced that that was his last match for Impact for now. He said, "See you down the road" in a tweet, and one would presume he's going to be focusing more on New Japan as that country opens up more, and I think that's a good fit for him. And I would not be surprised if we see Jonah in Impact again in the near future. I think he's got a pretty good deal going between the companies, so not a huge surprise for either. I think the Willie Mack stuff, Impact should have utilized better, and he obviously thought that he was worth more than they offered. But we will see, and excited to see where he goes. I'd love to see him in a GCW ring or anywhere local to see him. I think he's a really good talent. So, and then Jonah, obviously, I think doesn't have to worry about where his next paycheck is coming from. I think he's going to be a force, a Jeff Cobb type in New Japan, which is always important. So, and then this is going up just a couple minutes before WWE WrestleMania Backlash goes on air. So, Zach and I previewed that show on Fireside a couple days ago, and we'll see what happens there. But obviously, the stuff with Roman is interesting with his comments. I think tonight would give, if he's going to leave completely, they would do something crazy and have a title match and have Drew beat him after this match or something like that. But I think it'll be pretty par for the course in terms of how the show is booked and presented, which would tell you and me that Roman is going to be there for the long haul, just doing more TV. And in 6 months when they hit the Trenton in towns like that circuit, he's probably not doing house shows. So again, to reiterate that point at the top, but we'll see. And then tomorrow on Newswire, we'll break down the show, the results, all that good stuff. So happy wrestling, everybody, and I will